Okay, part 4 on the fasting. We just got through reading 1 Corinthians 7:3-6, talking about husbands and wives shouldn't abstain from each other for too long, but you can do that if you need to grow closer to God. Just be careful, because if you do it too long, then it leaves way for the devil to come in. And that's really important in all fasts. As you're fasting and you're abstaining and you're putting your flesh in submission, that's great. Things are going good. You may be feeling spiritually empowered. You may not. There's different emotions and feelings that come with it. Don't trust your emotions and feelings. Pray to God, trust Spirit, right? So as all these things are happening, we got to keep in mind, we don't need to be doing this from a prideful place. Like, I'm going to make it to 5 days because my friend made it to 5 days. Like, it doesn't work like that. And last time I fasted, I did it 20 days. I want to do it 30. Or, Jesus did 40, so I'm going to do 40, right? It's something that you and God need to adjust in your heart. Don't end a fast just because you're like, I'm hungry. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if you're going to go into a fast, just make sure you don't put yourself into such a weak spot that you are able or you're looking to eat anything that comes at you, right, or comes your way. The same way that when Jesus was in the wilderness, Satan came to him and said, well, can't you just turn this rock into bread, right? So you don't want to bring yourself to a state where you say, well, yeah, let me go ahead and eat that bread, So there's a balance there. And as we fast, it should be something we do in solemnness, and we don't go blaring to the world and blasting to everybody and going around tapping people on the shoulder and saying, guess what, I'm fasting. But on that same token, the church and religion has taught that when you fast, you should be humble, you should be by yourself, no one should know about it, and if anybody knows about it, your fast is over, end it. It doesn't work like that. You can actually go into a fast with somebody else and have fellowship in that fast. But at the same time, you both should observe that you shouldn't be going around in a private place and boasting to people about it, right? Not that I'm saying that you are anybody else. I'm just trying to cover all the ground here. So moving on, we're going to look at Matthew 17, 14 through 21. I'm going to wait to the next video, but I'll give a quick recap. This is where Jesus heals a boy who has, it says in one scripture, has epilepsy, but he's basically convulsing and throwing himself into fire and water. I mean, some rough stuff, right? They take the boy to the disciples, and the disciples can't heal him. They can't get rid of the spirit that's in him. And so they take him to Jesus, and Jesus heals the boy, and then afterwards the disciples say, hey, how come we couldn't cast that demon out, And Jesus gives a profound statement. For a believer who's trying to grow closer to God and find that power within you that Christ has given you, this is such a huge scripture.